Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and it's been pretty remarkable what has happened within the past, 7-8 months or so within the Democrat Party at the national level, because you keep on hearing so many folks within the Democrat Party, so many politicians, so many in the fake news media, saying that, oh yeah, the Democrat Party, we've found our future. We've found the person who's going to be leading us for decades to come. And who would that be? Well, of course, that would be Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That would be the woman in her late 20s from New York who pulled a remarkable upset in last summer's primary election to defeat a long-standing Democrat congressman who was expected to be the leader of the party after Nancy Pelosi. But nope, Ocasio-Cortez beat him in the primary race and then, not surprisingly, won the general election race in her congressional district because it is a very heavily blue district. And now she's a sitting member of Congress. She's, again, in her late 20s. She is huge into socialism, coming from the Bernie Sanders tree. And what's remarkable is just how much the leaders of the left, whether it be politicians or media members, have been so hell-bent on saying, yep, this is our girl, this is the one who's going to be leading us going forward. Because while it is remarkable that she rose to prominence as she did, not a whole lot else about her has been remarkable. See, time and time and time again, when she opens her mouth, Ocasio-Cortez, she demonstrates that she has no understanding whatsoever of economics, healthcare, so many things that are necessities to have an understanding of if you're going to be leading your country, if you're going to be serving in a government position like she is. But over and over again, it's just gaffe after gaffe after gaffe. She gets her facts wrong all the time. It's just hard to watch. I mean, as a conservative, it's funny to watch because I'm like, geez, this is not only is she one of the people they have serving on the other side, but she's one of the people that they think is their best and brightest to come on the other side. So it's entertaining, but it's also concerning knowing that, yeah, she's one of the 435 sitting members of Congress now, and every single time it just goes back to the same stuff. She makes outrageous claims, and then she has no way to support them. Just the other day, she was on 60 Minutes, and you had somebody who was very sympathetic to her. You had a lefty in Anderson Cooper interviewing her and talking about, okay, well, you're proposing like $40 billion in new government programs. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez, how are we going to pay for that? And multiple times, being asked this in multiple ways, each time she dodges the question. She doesn't give a real answer. She just tries going on and grandstanding. You know why? Because she doesn't have a real answer. Because she has no idea how the hell it is that she's going to pay for these $40 billion in new government programs. I mean, for Ocasio-Cortez, just like with so many other socialists, they must think inside like, oh yeah, you know, this is really nice. Everybody's taken care of. Everybody gets the same. Yay, equality. And they advocate for socialism. But then they really don't understand, like, okay, how are we going to pay for socialism? How is socialism actually going to work? No, they love the idea, they love the concept of it, but if you love an idea or a concept, which is totally fine, you're allowed to love whatever, you know, school of thought that you want to, you should probably think before you speak out loud, okay, now how are we going to actually turn this into being a reality? How are we going to make this practical so it actually works for my country? And it's abundantly clear that Ocasio-Cortez and all of the other socialists have not thought that far ahead. Because if they did, they'd think, okay, well, you know what, I think this is a nice, real feel-good story in my head that I'm coming up with. Everybody gets the same, everybody's taken care of. But then you have to start to look, okay, has this ever been done before in the world? Oh yeah, it's been done a bunch of times in the history of the world. It's being done currently in places like Venezuela. And what's the common theme here? Is that it has failed miserably every single time. It always fails. It has never once worked. If you bring it to the United States of America, if socialism gets implemented in the United States of America, guess what? I can tell you with 100% certainty, it's going to fail again, and it's going to ruin our country. But people like Ocasio-Cortez don't care. They have no grasp on reality whatsoever. They ignore the facts. They ignore the fact that it has failed every single time it's been tried. How is it that we try and go ahead and reason with these individuals? I mean, we all have to work together for the good of the United States, but when you have people in highly elected office that refuse to do things that are good for the United States of America, refuse to recognize that, oh yeah, things that always fail, probably not something we should try and bring to our country. I mean, how in the hell do you reason with that? I would just urge everyone, I don't care where you are in the political spectrum, please, when you're going to serve an elected office, just look at the facts. Be reasonable, and at the forefront of your mind, consider what is going to be best for the United States of America. I know we're not always going to agree on everything, and you know what? That is totally fine. That is healthy. As long as all of us are staying grounded in reality, and all of us are looking out for a common good, the best interest of our country, which we all share, we're going to be fine. But it is just terrifying that you have so many people, especially on the far left, who seem to have no desire to do those basic things whatsoever. That's all the time that we have for today, but tune into the John Muir Show each and every weekday, 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. on WSAU and WHBL. Till then, I'm out.